Release the Kraken!
Welcome back, fellow game designers. In our last episode, we went ahead and imported our hero ship, and we subdivided the ship mesh. If I go to my prefabs here, we have the multiple convex hulls to get a more precise collision. We're going to do the same thing for our enemy ship. So go ahead and open up your enemy in Maya, and here we are for this one. Again, first things first, I want to make sure that my ship is going to be exported with the pivot in the correct spot. So W brings up my pivot, and you can see it's quite center. I want this to be center on the grid here, so I'll turn my references off. D unlocks the pivot, and then X drag and snap to the center grid. That's where my pivot's going to be. Okay, I'm happy with it being flat on the grid there. I'll go ahead and just check my crystals. Go ahead and just grab all those. And I do D to unlock. And you can see the location of each pivot. When I hold down the X key, I'll snap them all to the grid. And then I will use my front axis to snap them all here. Now you can go in the middle, hold down X, and just drag. And that will grab all of them. Make sure you're in the middle and drag it right to center. And then D to lock. So all these should be centered on the grid. Okay. Yay. And take that. Make sure that we freeze all the transforms. So I'll grab all these. Modify, freeze their transforms. The children should be frozen to the parent, and then the parent should be frozen center. And we will clear all history, even though it doesn't look like we have any. So delete, edit, delete by type, history. And we should be able to export just this one with the hierarchy. But I'll go ahead and just grab this file, export selection. And if you remember from last time, we should be using FBX export. And then for our geometry tab, we want to have smoothing groups, smooth mesh, and then reference asset. And then down here for the animation, we want to uncheck animation because we currently don't have any. And then I will just name this. This is a static mesh, so SM underscore. And this is going to be enemy. I think this is actually my boss. So I'll do boss ship. And yeah, that's fine. Let's go ahead and bring that into Unity. Boss ship. This is going to go to my static meshes folder. There's my static mesh. You can see all the pieces to it. And this does come in with some materials. So I'll grab the main body. I'll go to material, extract materials. Go to my assets, and then go to my material folder, select. That'll pull all those out. And then for the texture, I need to go to the folder that has my textures in it, and then enemy ship texture albedo. And just drag that in. And that should find all of it, hopefully. I go to my materials, I grab the material. For some reason it detached from the albedo. I'll just drop it in. And I'll do the same thing for the other one. These Lamberts here, I don't really need them. I'll delete the extra ones. Maybe I'll rename this one to gray. Sure. Alright, so I got all those. Those are all connected. Let's go ahead and update my enemy. So here's my enemy. I'll grab the capsule. I no longer need the capsule. And this is actually my small enemy, but I named this my boss. It doesn't matter. I'll fix that later. For now, I just want to show you how to put the enemy into the enemy. So I'll drag this guy into here. There it is. And much like we did in the other video, we can always test and see what the sizes are going to be. I think I'm going to resize this in Maya real quick. I'll jump back in. I'll grab the enemy. And I will scale this. I'll do a 3x scale. That's going to scale all of it, including its children. All the children get their scales updated. And I'm going to reset the transform. So grab all these, modify, freeze, transform. And then I'll re-export. Boss ship. I'll export that. Again, Unity can't re-import stuff because it's terrible. And then I'll just bring that back in. All right, I'll go ahead and extract the materials. So extract, I'm just going to extract them to my static mesh folder. And then I will nuke the extra ones because I no longer need those. It turns pink because, well, we took the materials off. So I'm going to grab this guy, and for the material crystals, make sure I get the material, that's the metal crystals. And then this one is the metal. Apply. Yay. And there's my ship. And actually it's a lot smaller than I really want it to be. I should totally scale it up more, but I'll do that later. What I really want to do here is update the collision bodies. So on this, let's go ahead and see how the collision is going to work. For the small enemy, I'm going to remove the capsule collider because I don't need that. And I will add in my mesh colliders. So here's my mesh collider. First one, I'm going to go ahead and get the mesh. Let's do the enemy ship outside. This is this guy. Was that main body? Yeah. I got that. Let's see how that looks. Wireframe. Let's set that to convex. Yeah, and I'm actually not mad at how it generated this convex hull. I personally would just keep this, but I want to show you how to get these corners. So I'll jump back into Maya. And since I was going to upgrade the size of this anyway for my boss, I'm going to scale this maybe... Yeah, 2 looks like it's a good scale. I'm going to go ahead and freeze it. Get all these, I'll freeze them. But then what I'll do to get this shape is I'll just make 2 cubes of this size and then rotate them. And then I can always use these ones as they are. So up here, I'll grab a cube, get my top view. Let's scale this. And I'll get the corners. I'll grab here. Now, very careful, I don't want to grab the middle because that'll collapse the 2 points. So if I do a V-snap and I grab, you can see how it collapses the points. I don't want to do that. I want to just make sure that I move them where I need them to be, but I don't collapse them. So I'm going to hold down V, and I'll use the arrows, and I'll just drag the arrow to the corner. Same thing here, drag the arrow to the corner. Careful not to grab the middle. Drag the arrow to the corner. Drag the arrow to the corner. And I'll do my side view or my front view. They're the same, more or less. So I'll grab this one. And I'll V-snap to the top. Grab these. V-snap to the bottom. So now I have 1 cube. And then I will duplicate, Control D to duplicate. And I will rotate, so E to rotate, and then J to snap. So hold J and then drag to snap. And now I have cube 1 and cube 2. So I'll call this, boss underscore hull 1, and then boss underscore hull 2. Grab both of those, modify, freeze, transforms. Now you can name these collision if you want to. Hull is just shorter. Hull just means body, and a convex hull is what you call the collision body. So it's just a shorter word, less writing. But I'll grab all these, and then I will remove the history. I'll get my enemy ship, and I'll also export the hulls. So enemy ship here, export selection. I'll export over my boss again. Then I'll grab hull 1 and 2. I'll just export these. If you really want to do the collisions for the crystals, you can. You don't really need to, because we're not really going to ever hit them. But I can show you how to get those as well. So we'll go ahead and export. And this will be, I'll say boss collision. SM. Make sure I maintain my naming convention. Go ahead and export those. I'll jump back into Unity. Let me re-import this again. I'll get the boss ship and the boss collision. Let's grab both of those. I will extract the materials from this guy. Yep. Extract materials from this guy. Yep. I'll get rid of the materials I don't need. Again, it turns purple because it goes, I don't know where the materials are. I'll grab the main one. I'll reset my crystal material. Again, if you do this right the first time, you don't have to keep doing this. I keep making mistakes. This one is all purple and crazy because, well, we don't have material to give it. But it's okay. I can just give it, you know, this gray one. And then apply it. I can do the same thing here for this guy. Okay. So that's got that. This guy, I will just replace the hull body. So in here, I should have hull 1. Yeah. And then I can make another mesh here. That can be hull 2. And then convex. And this is really all I need for the boss. I don't have to do the crystals. There's no need to do it. Well, I'll never end up hitting them. But if you really want to do the crystals, in this case, these are pretty straightforward. I'll just go ahead and make a new collision boundary here. And I'll just do the 1, so I'll make it convex. And then if I grab crystal 1, you can see it is the correct place for the crystal. Yee. And you know what? I said I would do the 1, but just for the sake of training, I'll add on the other ones as well. So I'll add another one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All of our collision bodies, just make sure that they are all convex and that we are using the correct shapes. So that was crystal, whatever that one was. I'll do this one. And then this one. That one. I need one more, because I can't count. And then the big one, where's the big one at? That's hero ship. Big crystal, there we go. And there are all the crystals set up and ready to go. Yay. And then lastly, before we leave the video, of course, let's jump out back into shaded. There it is. I want to convert our enemy ship into a prefab. So I'll go down to my prefabs folder, and I'll drag in the enemy ship to my prefab folder, and that will convert it into a prefab so that any changes that I make on it will modify all future versions of it. And I can do it in my prefab window. Let's test our game and see if my collision still works. Bam. And because it's very precise collision, I can shoot it and it's right here on the corner. And that should pretty much work. See how precise can I get it? Yeah. Look at that. That's pretty good. I'll get real close. Boom. I can get right into that corner. Bam. Super precise. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video. I hope you found it educational, and I shall see you next time. Hey guys, thank you for checking out my channel. Misty and I both thank you. If you enjoyed that video you just watched, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Or if you want to support the channel, check me out on Patreon or pick up one of my books, Life at Times Dinah Marton or The Guardian's Path of Ascension. Speaking of which, I'm converting The Guardians into a graphic novel / comic book series. Here is a sneak peek. My wonderful artist, Patrick, is doing a great job. I'm excited. I want to push this out as soon as possible. So definitely keep your ears and eyes open for that. I'll be making announcements as we get closer, and I'll post some shots of that as we go. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can check me out on Twitter. I guess now it's X. Who does that? It's BruceRF1 at Twitter, or at whatever the new thing for Twitter is. Anyway, hopefully see you there, and I'll see you guys next time.